Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. So today, as you can see, we are going to start this analysis by looking at the price action of Bitcoin here in a weekly time frame, because in a weekly time frame, what I have actually done is I have included these two extremely important moving averages. This orange line here is 50 weekly moving average, and the red line here to the downside is 200 weekly moving average. And these two moving averages has always played a very important role in the price action of Bitcoin here in a weekly time frame, because if we would monitor this price structure starting here all the way from 2013 2014, you can see guys, when the price of Bitcoin started this downward price movement, you can see if we would monitor this price movement, the price was always above this 50 weekly moving averages. And when we came and retested this weekly moving average, the 50 weekly moving average, what happened to the price action after that? You can see the price of Bitcoin saw a really nice impulsive move playing out, where the price gained almost like 98%. And after that, when the price retested this moving average and was unable to find support above it, we had another price pullback scenario playing out. And this pullback ended exactly when the price came and found support at this 200 weekly moving average. And finding support here at this 200 weekly moving average has also indicated that was the bottom area, and now we could be preparing ourselves for another impulsive move here in an upper direction, because this price correction, you can see from this top, price of Bitcoin fell almost like 76%. We started consolidating, and it also acted as a very strong support line right on our way. And once the price broke out of this 50 weekly moving average and also above this 200 weekly moving average, you can see here, after that the price started another impulsive move here in an upper direction. You can see this impulsive move continued all the way until 2017, and in 2017, just like here in 2013, right, we also started seeing this pullback type of scenario. This pullback again ended exactly here after reaching the 50 weekly moving average. You can see here 50 weekly moving average acted as a very strong support. We saw this relief rally, and this relief rally, just like here, after finding support at this 50 weekly moving average, we also witnessed a price movement around 60%, right? And after this relief rally, we had this corrective move, and this corrective move from this top area, from where we ended the relief rally, also had a pullback that brought us all the way around this 69% here to the downward direction. And look at this price pullback ended where? Exactly after reaching the 200 weekly moving average, because in the past Bitcoin price action we could have seen this 200 weekly moving average has always been a very important line of support. And once the price found support at this 200 weekly moving average, again we started another impulsive move here to the upside. Look at this, again a pretty similar scenario. A pullback appeared, right, and this pullback also found support just like this one here guys, from 2014 or from 2018. And look at this, and also here in 2019, when we had this pullback, the price was hanging around this 50 weekly moving average, because whenever we have seen the price testing this weekly moving average, the 50 weekly moving average, we have always seen a really nice impulsive move playing out before an actual trend reversal happened here for Bitcoin in 2014. And also if you look at this in 2018, you can see found support, impulsive move, and again a corrective move followed, bringing us all the way towards the 200 weekly moving average. And here you can see pretty similar scenario. Price came at this 50 weekly moving average. First time we had this strong support, price was hanging around that level, but we still managed to see some relief rally playing out. You can see from this lowest point till this top, you can see the price also gained almost like around 60 to 61%. After that, we saw another pullback that brought us all the way here towards this 200 weekly moving average. And just like in the past Bitcoin price action, you can see the price also fell above 60%, but was able to find support at this 200 weekly moving average. So what am I actually trying to show you with this previous example from 2014, 2017, and also from 2019 guys? If we look in our case, you can see the price of Bitcoin here has already tested the 50 weekly moving average. And if the 50 weekly moving average is going to act as a support, there might be some sort of a relief rally playing out, just like here, right? Or just like here, you can see the 60% price movement, just like here in 2014, before a pullback scenario happened here here and also in 2019. So finding support at this 50 weekly moving average could be preparing itself for another impulsive move right before choosing a trend duration, because right now the price here is still above this 50 weekly moving average. So as long as we are going to remain above this 50 weekly moving average, we could expect some sort of a relief rally to play out for Bitcoin. And if this is going to also fail to hold the price, you can see the bear market here from 2020 ended only after reaching the 200 exponential moving average. And also here from 2018, you can see this bear market ended only after reaching the 200 weekly moving average. Also here from 2015, you can see this bear market ended only after reaching the 200 weekly moving average. So this here is also indicating if the price of Bitcoin is not going to see any sort of a relief rally and it's just going to see a pullback, then we have to be aware, guys, that this pullback could bring us around this 200 weekly moving average, which is right now around 13,693, because on our way, if this is going to happen, then maybe this 200 moving average until then could be around this 20,000 area. So that's why if the price of Bitcoin does remain above this 50 weekly moving average, then we could be expecting some sort of a relief rally to play out for Bitcoin before choosing an actual trend direction. So that's why, guys, this weekly scenario is a very, very important scenario that we should definitely take into consideration and also have a look at it time and again. And also, if you want to look at this price structure right now around this area in a daily time frame, no problem, you can see here. So now if we would look at this price action in a daily time frame, we can see, guys, the price movement here is forming this very nice falling wedge type of scenario. Falling wedge actually is a bullish scenario, but you can see we could still see some more corrective move playing out before this falling wedge actually could play out for Bitcoin, because this price movement is clearly indicating that we are getting a strong rejection from this upper line area of this falling wedge. But you can see the lower line here to the downside is acting as a very, very strong support line. So if this is going to continue another corrective move, then we are also aware the price structure here, right, could be continue here in this manner, because this here is actually pointing out the price of Bitcoin was forming this ascending triangle type of scenario. And you can see the ascending triangle has already acted as a resistance, the upper line, and also the lower line has been broken. So if this trend is going to continue to the downside, then we are aware the price of Bitcoin here, right, could see a pullback that could bring us somewhere around this 30,000 price range. So we have to be careful, because if this trend is going to continue to the downside, then 30,000 here could be also on the line before price sees another impulsive move playing out here in this manner. Because in a bigger time frame, we are aware of the price here, right, if it is going to retest this 50 exponential moving average, the weekly moving average, right, which is sitting around 31,400, we should also be absolutely fine, because we have seen price after getting proper support above this 50 weekly moving average has shown some sort of a relief rally playing out. So let's see if that's going to happen here as well, because if this relief rally is going to play out, then also this falling wedge in a daily time frame could be playing out very, very well. But if you would look at this here around this price structure in a smaller time frame, I have prepared this very, very interesting chart for you guys. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to show you guys the price movement what we are witnessing with Bitcoin in an hourly time frame, because in hourly time frame we can see the price movement here is clearly following this descending channel type of scenario, because this descending channel here is clearly acting as a support and resistance depending on the price action. So you can see here resistance, resistance, right, resistance, support, support, plenty of support, and here. So now if you would monitor this price movement with each and every price structure, yesterday I said you, if the price of Bitcoin is going to see any sort of a relief rally in an hourly time frame, then we should be focusing around this 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level and 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, because what happens in most of the cases is price after seeing this corrective move, right, also sees some sort of a relief rally in this manner, right, comes across this 0.5 or this 0.618, but never closes above it. Because if this is going to close above this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, then there is very likely the trend is also going to continue to the upper direction, because this scenario, this 1, 2, 3, 4 reversal type of scenario has played again and again. You can see here, for example, if you just simply go back here and look at the price structure here from this swing high, right, till this swing low area, if you would monitor these Fibonacci lines and also the price action of Bitcoin, you can see very, very clearly the price here came around this 0.618 but was unable to find support above it. You can see 0.618 didn't let the price to close above it. So that's why we formed this movement, which is known as dead cat bounce, where the 0.4 here is definitely going to be lower than the previous 0.2 area. So you can see this played out very, very well. So right now, if this similar scenario is to play out for Bitcoin as well, then we are expecting some sort of a relief rally. If it's going to happen, then it should actually come across this 0.618 to 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. So that's why I'm saying you since yesterday, if we are going to see any sort of a relief rally playing out, then wait and watch for price carefully, because if the price does manages to find support above this 0.5 and also above this 0.618, then this dead cat bounce is going to be invalid, which is going to indicate now the trend here could be potentially heading here toward the upper line area of this descending channel. So that's why I want you guys to watch this price carefully. And also, if you want a small example how the dead cat bounce actually looks like, then you can see here this 0.1, 0.2. This is a corrective move, and from 0.2 till this 0.3, you can see this is a relief rally. In traditional market, relief rally like come around 50% retracement line, but since the crypto market is a bit volatile, so we are also looking at this 0.618. So that's why I said you, if we are able to find support above this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, then the dead cat bounce scenario is going to be invalid and price is going to continue. But getting rejection from this 0.5 or this 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level, then we are also going to be preparing ourselves for another leg down type of scenario. And also what I can actually add in today's video, just to show you guys how you can understand this type of price movement, is by simply looking at this RSI line here to the downside. Because if we would look at this impulsive move, and before this corrective move played out for Bitcoin, another impulsive move, right? Then you can see here to the downside, if you just focus on this RSI line, this RSI line here was also, you can see here, right, was following this ascending channel type of scenario, or you can simply add a trend line here to the downside. So now you can see here, this RSI line was actually finding a strong support around this rising trend line. But once the support here at the rising trend line got broken, you can see, right, the RSI started heading to the downside, and at the same time you can see price also started heading here in a downward direction, starting a new corrective move. And again, similar scenario played out here as well. So you can see RSI slowly started heading to the upper direction, right? You can see support, we were finding a strong support around this rising trend line support. But once the support here got broken, you can see before that the price was also showing this impulsive move. But once this support here got broken, right, this line here, RSI line started heading to the downward direction, just like here. And at the same time, you can see the price also started this downward price movement. So this is playing out again and again. So now, if you look at this again, guys, you can see pretty similar scenario. Support, right? Support, support. But once the support got broken, you can see this was a small impulsive move, right? Once the support got broken, we have this corrective move directly after that. So then you can see the price also started heading here in a downward direction. So if we would simply just follow this RSI line right now, what we can also do is we can simply add this rising trend line. So now, if this similar scenario is going to play out just like here from the past Bitcoin price action, then as long as the RSI line is going to stay above this rising trend line, the trend here could potentially see this relief rally scenario playing out. But be careful, if you see this RSI line getting again rejection from this support line and it's heading to the downside, then we could be seeing potential downward price movement just like here, and just like here from the past Bitcoin price action. So these are some of the scenarios I thought sharing with you in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this video was helpful enough. If that's the case, then please hit the like button. And for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye guys.